Okay, so big streaming
Family
shows
says.
started over the weekend. Not over the weekend, since our last show, I should say. Last Wednesday, the debut of Loki. And actually,
Big Motley Crue guy, I think.
yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
That's
So
right.
actually, fantastically, we all watched it since the last show.
This has got to be the first time this has happened. That there's
Okay.
Yeah.
a show to talk about,
Don't
and
say-
all three of us has actually watched it.
Well, even though Nick, he did not listen to instructions, he did not watch the rest of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
No.
He still watched Loki. So
Right.
I will
he does
say,
get a demerit for that. But
the thing, it's not that I have an aversion to watching it. It's just when they came out, when they rolled out all these different things they plan to do, Loki is the one that I wanted to see. The rest is like, do I need a Wanda and Vision series? No. Do I have any desire to ever have a Falcon and Winter Soldier series in my life? Absolutely the fuck not. But Loki is a character I'm interested in. Yes, I will watch. That is the one thing in the next phase of the rollout. Obviously, I mean the Black Panther content that's coming as well. But the Loki series was the first one, the Disney Plus series they announced, that I was like, I'm excited for that. So yeah, I couldn't wait to watch this one. Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
I'll give a shout out to a YouTube channel, New Rockstars. They did an interview. The MT, one of the guys on there, did an interview with the writer. He's a writer for Loki, and he also is writing or wrote the Multiverse of Madness, the Doctor Strange 2. Very good. Very. I mean, the guy's being coy. He can't say much of anything, but I mean, you can tell body language and some of the way he answers some of the questions give you some insight on what's kind of could be coming up, like some tie-ins and whatnot, and even some tie-ins to WandaVision is possible.
Okay, so let's do this here, guys. We're about 30 minutes in, believe it or not. Let's take a quick break, and let's warn people, too, if you guys agree. So we're going to talk about Loki kind of openly.
Oh,
so
I thought you were going to warn them that they might come in their pants listening to the voice of the
yes,
of the commercial.
They just might. They just might get you very, very excited, almost as excited as a Motley Crue concert. It's a close second.
Now, I like to pregame before I hear those commercials. I like to get drunk off wine coolers before I hear the upcoming commercial here. Yeah,
awesome.
I'm taking my sock off right now just to get ready.
Great. Thank you. So we'll take a short break, and then we're going to come back and talk about Loki. And then if you haven't seen it yet, you may not want to listen to the next segment. Fast forward a little bit.
And if you have seen it, you may not also want to listen to us anymore. That's just your preference, you know.
What else you got going on? You know what I'm saying?
So, that's a good point.
Yeah. All right. So we will be right back after you listen to this on podcast, and if you're watching us on YouTube, you get a little clip of something here too. So we'll see.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Convincing Idiots. My name's Nick. I'm a millennial. That's why I'm so chill right now. I'm here with my pals, Brian. He's a Gen Xer, and right in between us there is our Zennial Dean, and we are discussing a brand new television series on Disney Plus. You may have heard of it. It's called Loki. And
hey Nick, before you get into the Loki there, I just where do I put this messy sock?
Oh, that can be mailed to Brian's house directly if you want.
Okay. I mean, he earned it.
I mean, it's right. Yeah.
We'll take bids.
Add it to the collection.
We'll take bids on our page.
What day does this podcast post? Thursdays?
Yes.
So Fridays are a busy mail day for you. It's just
That's right.
It's just your mail guy with a crusty sack of socks over his back, like Santa Claus, just dropping off. Here's your mail, Mr. Fisher. All right. Anyway, I digress. Anybody see Loki? Anybody watch Loki?
I used my other sock for that.
Yeah. So we all, as Brian said, amazingly, we all saw the first episode of Loki. I really enjoyed it. I planned on it. I think with Tom Hiddleston and the character of Loki, the way he's portrayed him in the movies prior, you're pretty much good to go, I think. Like, he's very charismatic. The character's great. He's great. So it's just, there's not really much to add there. I think that character alone can carry just about anything. But I really enjoyed it. Dean, what'd you think of the first episode?
As I'm putting my sock back on. Now,
Ew.
throughout the movie, right between the toes.
I bet the aloe in there is good for the dead toenail. If that's right. Thing's still trying to grow back.
Yeah. Feel it right there. Okay, so Loki throughout the movies was okay. I mean, he was an entertaining character, but he was a bad guy. And yes, I was excited. One of the more excited I was for these shows, but I still had a little reservations on how they were going to make him likable. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was likable in a bad guy way. But if you're gonna lead the show, you need him to be actually likable. And once again, this is in my mind. But the scene when he got back, once again, spoiler alert. The scene when he gets back into the room after they chased him, and he pulls up his life's, his own. The acting that motherfucker does, just his facial expressions, watching that, he literally, in wrestling terms, turned fucking heel to face within like 2 minutes in a scene. Just his facial expressions watching those home videos. It was impressive.
Well, and that's kind of thing with him too. Is he, even in the movies? I mean, yes, he does these villainous things, but it goes back to that kind of thing that every villain is the hero in their own story, right? So Loki only ever acted that way because of the betrayal he felt by his family and his backstory and things like that. But yeah, that was great. Yeah, when he sees his mom there and like he's starting to feel that pain, of seeing what his actions had led to and things like that. Yeah, you're right. That was very good stuff. Brian, what did you think of the first episode?
I thought it was very good. Like you said, I think the acting was great. Tom Hiddleston was great as Loki. Owen Wilson, I thought was also very, very good.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Surprisingly good. Not that he's not a good actor, but he's been in these kind of same type of character for a long time. Yeah. Like the long hair, cool, Owen Wilson type of thing. And it's I barely even recognized him before. I'm like, who the heck? The guy looks familiar when it was on the preview. So I think a great look and interesting character. Played off each other very well. Yeah, I thought it was a very, very interesting storyline. So they're really setting this up to they could go, a lot of different directions with this.
Because they're going to tie together they're going to tie together WandaVision. They're going to tie together the new Marvel or the new Captain Marvel, not Captain Marvel, Jesus, Doctor Strange.
See, he's so forgettable that you can't even remember.
I know
what character it is. Must have been a great movie.
So explain. So the storyline was not the easiest to follow. So
no,
but you want to take a crack at trying to explain what it's all about? Go ahead.
Oh boy, I don't even know if I can pull this one off today. No, I can't. Nick, you want to give that a shot? Could you explain?
Basically,
the plot,
like I said, I have a headache, so it's
basically honestly, the best part of explaining what the show is about actually happens within the show. So when Loki first steals the Tesseract, in is that the first Avengers? Loki is the villain in the first Avengers. So when he's in the lobby there, and there's that scuffle, and there's Ant-Man, and they're taking Loki down with Captain America and Hulk. They're all in the elevator. Iron Man, the Tesseract. He gets control of the Tesseract, and basically uses it to get to a different period in time. And he is collected by these, I forget what they're called in the show. What are they? The Time Force or like Time Police, more or less?
The TVA.
They basically
time variant agents.
Time variant agents. There you go. There you go. So they basically exist to where if supposedly everyone Every person, every being has a predetermined destination, life path, if you will, and they're, going about their way. And then if someone veers off of that, it could cause all these different rifts and wars and other multiverses, and other people do it. So that they go and collect these people that have veered from the path, and they bring them back and just reset them so that everything stays the same. So that all of the, what are they called? They were like these like time gods or something like that, that control the paths in which these people go on and how they get to their destiny. So basically, he is captured by these people, and they are right now interrogating him to see.
No, more interviewing.
Interviewing him.
He's trying to. I think.
Not interrogating.
Owen,
interrogating implies he's like being tortured or something.
Right.
That's not
he
the case,
knows who he is. He wants. I think he's just trying to figure out if he can trust the mission he's going to ask him to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think that,
go ahead.
Well, there's in the show. I'm sorry, Nick, to stepping on you here.
No, that's good. That's the extent of what I understood, pretty much. So,
that's a good explanation. Go ahead.
When somebody goes off on and rips through time when they shouldn't, they're called a variant. And what a variant is they're called variants because you create different branches of time and different timelines through that, and each of those timelines is going to have a variant of you. So they're going to be a little different, but all of them are going to essentially kind of be you in different multiverse, right? So Loki, one of the variants, is like going around killing these TVA agents. That's redundant to say it that way, but all these agents.
So a time variant agent?
Correct. And now Mobius, who is Owen Wilson's character, Mobius has an idea to get original Loki to help go and catch this new evil Loki, or what other Lokis might be out there. I have a feeling you're going to run into a few different ones.
Yeah, then there's talk is this variant Loki could be a female Loki,
right? That
came into existence in some type of possession thing or something like that. However that worked. So, but Loki has to go after, like you said, the bad Loki. Yeah, good explanation, Nick. So yeah,
right, thank you.
I had to kind of think through it a couple of times, and Dean already talked about that Rockstar video on YouTube. That guy, the guy's quite good. So him and his team, they put together a lot of and they do it quickly. They turn those around pretty quickly. They explain a lot of stuff and a lot of Easter eggs and everything else. So we watched that actually when Dean and Megan came over Saturday. Allie and I had just watched Loki, so we all sat down and watched that.
That was our video together. Watching.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, when you said to explain it, Brian, the reason it was overwhelming and I couldn't quite do it, I thought you were wanting to explain the whole show, and that seemed like a bigger task than I was.
No,
I didn't realize you were just looking to explain the episode.
No, it's fine. Well,
so my apologies.
No, it's okay. It's just looking for some type of explanation of what's all happening here. So the way Nick explained it is certainly the premise of he
did well
of the series.
Thanks.
Right?
Yeah.
So
it literally was that little. They show like an information for the. Well, hopefully, if you haven't seen it, you're not listening to this right now. But if you have seen it, the informational video they show when he's waiting to go see the time judge or whatever to be on trial for what he's done or whatever to make his plea. that was one of my favorite parts of the episode was the little informational that old
Miss
school
Minutes.
Style. Yeah,
Miss Minutes. Yes, Miss Minutes are going to be a hit. Look for tons of probably T-shirts and everything.
I want
else
the merch.
Miss Minutes.
I want Miss Minutes. Yeah, absolutely.
The judge, his kind of middle management judge. The woman sitting up, do you guys remember her with the three wooden faces behind her?
Right.
She, I have a feeling, that what they said in that video is that she's in the comic book. She has a big role to play.
Okay.
Now, are they going to have her in this show? I don't know, but just by given what she looks like, I sure hope they put more of her on camera. I tell you that.
Sure.
She is what the kids would call easy on the eyes.
That is what kids say. That is what kids say.
And she gave me an erection.
Just like kids also talk about those all the
time. All the complexities.
Do a lot of kids talk about my erection?
I hope not.
This seems weird.
all the complexities of this interesting story, and Dean's like, she's hot.
Yeah, right. Yep. That's usually where when he first brought up and he said, the judge that I'm like, it's gonna end up there. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so very, very good.
I'm sorry, I still have a libido, Brian. What are you, jealous?
When you lose that, you'll be more productive. Trust me, out there. Get some yard work and painting done around here.
That's some good mulch there. Let me tell you.
You won't complain about the self-propelled mower at that point, Mister.
Less
Get out there.
Help. Less slapping butts and more slapping good solid bags of mulch. It's a good bag of mulch.
Yeah, what's wrong with you kids these days? I still do fine there, by the way, for what it's worth. Okay, so
my dick works, just to tell everybody. Well, you don't believe me? What? Come here. I'll show you.
I feel like Brian's shirt is actually yelling at me. That like his
yes.
For those who are not watching, Brian is wearing a Fred Flintstone shirt, and he's got his finger up in the air like he's giving us what for. So I feel like I'm being scolded by both of you right now.
Yeah, it's just in here.
Both are born in the same time period.
Yeah. You know what? Oddly, you're trying to insult me, I know, but it is actually very close. The Flintstone series I'm around that age, believe it. Yeah, so that's kind of a bummer. Anyhow, moving right along. So Loki, definitely recommended. It looks like Disney Plus has another hit on its hands. Great story, interesting, great acting. So I think we all recommend Loki.
Yeah.
Yes?
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%.
Yeah. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, I also finished The Winter Falcon.
Sure you did.
I didn't. No, I didn't. I was waiting for somebody to say, like, really? And I'm like, no.
You lies. You lies.
Actually, that's not true. I did see the last 15 minutes of the last episode. So I kind of did finish it. I saw the finish of it.
Yeah. Did you see where the Falcon was flying down with the hot chick in his arms?
No.
She's hot. You should have seen it.
No, I didn't see that.